if you were looking forward to, like any of my subscribers, anyone who's looking forward to the video on Monday/Tuesday or beginning of the week videos, I'm sorry that I didn't upload it or just have it because I was working on it, right? And then it was meant to be the Order 1886 funny. I was working on it for a while, but you know, a couple hours were wasted during that because I basically canceled the entire video. The Order 1886 funny, I just canceled it. It was just super hard to do it, so instead I made this, the Order 1886 review. And why I made this review is obviously, like I said, it was hard to make funny moments off of it, but it's because I want this game to be more on people's radars because it's super underrated and overlooked. Now onto the review. Is the Order 1886 worth it in 2021? The answer is yes. This game is $10 to $15 right now, and it's simply worth it for the price. Now let's get straight into it. The game takes place in an alternate steampunk London. You are a knight and have to protect the world from half-breeds, aka werewolves, and the people who rebelled against the government. The game's story and pacing are good, but with noticeable flaws. The game has some good twists that I won't spoil, but at the end the game just gives up on the storyline, one of the twists and stuff, because the game is just so short. They just didn't have enough time to finish it. I don't know. I wish this game was like 15 hours long, because the game itself feels like more of a prologue instead of an actual, game. The cutscenes are great and smooth, but the twist and plot just died by the ending. The ending, I'm gonna bring up a lot. It's really bad. The game is mostly cutscenes, by the way, which is fine, but it may be worrying for some of you guys who want gameplay because it's basically a movie. I'll get into that later. The ending is god awful. The ending didn't wrap up anything, and there are only two boss fights in the game, which function like quick time events, and both boss fights are the same quick time event basically. Also, the game has tons of quick time events that really bothered the gameplay. Excuse me. A lot of the gameplay besides shooting is quick time events, which is not good at all. They should just made it cutscenes. The characters are overall likable, motives for the most part are good, but the ending is just terrible. Imagine if Avengers Endgame ended with Iron Man about to snap his fingers and it just cuts off and the movie ends there. That's what it felt like. It felt like a slap in the face to people who just completed the game and were on board. Now onto the audio design. Audio is great and eerie, and the soundtrack is great and sets the tone really good for the game. Now onto bugs and how it plays. It plays well, looks amazing while doing so, and I didn't really run into any bugs or crashes or anything. It was a very smooth game, and that's pretty rare nowadays. And yeah, overall the gameplay is fine, but if the game was longer, it would have to mix it up. For example, the shooting is fun. There's a good amount of weapon variety. The shootouts get repetitive by the end of the game though. The enemy variety is kind of lackluster. You kill people and werewolves, but mainly people. There are not many enemy types between people, and it just gets repetitive by the end of the game, because you're just shooting the same type of people. The werewolves are too easy to kill and very repetitive, because you just shoot, dodge, and that's it. But it tells you when to dodge, which makes it, it's easy. Which is not good because you only fight werewolves 2 or 3 times, and it already feels terrible to kill werewolves. Like, it's already repetitive, but there's only 2 to 3 times. That's just saying something. This game has a lot of good settings and stuff like that, so the environment is very different when you have shootouts and stuff like that, so it's very cool. And every mission feels kind of different, or chapter. Also, the last thing about the gameplay is you have a slow-mo where you lock onto an enemy with your sidearm and then shoot them. To refill the meter, you kill other people or use your revive drink. When you are about to die, you get downed and you can crawl and then drink the healing thing, or whatever you want to call it, I'm not gonna spoil it for the game. And you have another life. I recommend you play this game on the highest difficulty because it makes the second life meaningful instead of just an easy way to play the game, and makes you feel like you should probably try to save it till the end of the shootout. Now on to value. It took me 6 hours to beat the game, and there is zero replay value, no New Game Plus or anything. When the game came out, it was $60, which is really overpriced for what you're getting, for the quantity and quality, but for $10 to $15, it's well worth it. The Order 1886 is a good but flawed game. I highly recommend it for the price it is now, and not the price that it was.